If you want to make monumental gains, the exercises in this video I'm going to show you have given me the most amount of gains throughout my entire fitness journey. And so the very first exercise I'm going to speak on is dips. Now, particularly weighted dips have given me a significant amount of gains in my chest, shoulders, and triceps. So for the full body weight dip, you don't want to sag your shoulders like this. You actually want to press through your shoulders and press down through that scapula. You want to make sure your traps here are not shrugging towards your ears because that would be bad form. And you actually don't want to flare out your elbows like this. You want to keep them at least a 45-degree angle going behind you. Slowly lower down on the eccentric here, or the lowering portion, and get a full deep stretch on the chest on the bottom here. Then press back up, squeeze. And if you really want to activate that chest more, you can act like you're pulling these two bars together, and that's going to allow you to activate the chest a lot more and feel a lot more muscle fibers just activating in the chest. It's going to allow you to target that chest more, grow bigger and stronger. Yeah, it's just a cue to activate the chest. Also, if you want to rotate your palms in this way at the same time as you push in that bar, it's actually going to activate that chest even more. So I want you to see the bottom here. So when you're in the bottom right here, you really want to focus on getting that deep stretch, then pressing back up. When you're trying to actually build muscle, your focus should not be going through the motions. You should actually focus on flexing your muscles throughout the rep. There's a difference between a weightlifter and a bodybuilder. So if you're somebody who's trying to build muscle, your main focus is flexing and tensing your muscles, moving your muscles through space. For instance, if you're doing a bicep curl here, your main focus should be actually flexing your bicep up. You want to flex the entire way, keep the tension on that muscle, and go all the way through the full eccentric motion and keep the tension on the bicep. Same thing applies here. You want to slowly go through the dip, keep the tension on the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps all the way through, and then you want to flex your way up. That's the main difference between a weightlifter and a bodybuilder, or even a regular calisthenics athlete, or somebody who wants to focus more on building muscle. You're going to be on the bottom stretch, boom, flex up, press up and flex, tense those muscles up, slowly lower down, and keep that tension on the chest, shoulders, and triceps. It's really going to help you grow. If you're not able to do regular dips, you can of course do bench dips. Now you don't need equipment to do bench dips. You can go find a ledge of your bed or something. You do this on the ledge of your bed. You can find a park bench or something like that, or you can literally just get like a chair behind you and do bench dips this way. But basically same exact like concept. Don't shrug at your shoulders. You want to keep your shoulders in a neutral position like this. And you also want to not flare out your elbows. You want to have them going behind you instead of out to the side. And honestly, this variation right here, I do feel this a lot more in my triceps. It probably has something to do with my triceps being behind me. I can feel a lot more tricep activation with this variation. So if you really want to, you can stack weight plates on your lap here and do weighted bench dips, which are gonna be a mass builder for your triceps here. Sometimes I put this at the end of my workouts to actually burn out the triceps more and grow them bigger and stronger. But yeah, this is definitely a very, very good variation for beginners looking to build up the strength to be able to do the full dip. So this next exercise is obviously pike push-ups. However, with these pike push-ups, I have them on an elevation. So I'm doing elevated pike push-ups with the parallettes to get an extra deeper stretch in my shoulders. Now, key here with this exercise is you want to lean all your weight onto your palms. You want to be standing on your tippy toes. You don't want to lean back like this and lean your weight onto your feet. That'd be cheating. You want to lean all the possible body weight you can onto your palms here. That way you can get the full effect of your body weight in your shoulders and build the most amount of muscle you can with this particular exercise. And these parallettes I have here allow for my head to go a little bit past the point of which when I get right here, because like if I was doing regular pike push-ups, you would have to stop when your head touches the ground, but my head could go a little past these parallettes here, allowing me to get a deeper stretch in the shoulders and grow bigger and stronger shoulders and really contract and feel that contraction all the way through the entire rep. Another thing here is when you're in the top position here, a lot of people like relax their shoulders here. There's actually a little push you can do through your shoulders right here. You want to fully extend your shoulders, and again with the traps here, you want to have the traps pushing up like this. Don't sag them down, push them up. It's that little extra movement there, which is going to allow you to get that little extra activation in those shoulders, and you'll definitely feel a slight difference in that already. So again, here you want to focus on, again, flexing and slowly lowering, and flex on your way up, boom. That's going to allow you to build the most amount of muscle you can out of this exercise, as well as leaning all your weight onto your palms and slowly going through the rep, really feeling it all the way through the entire motion. Again, don't flare your elbows out. They can be at like a 45-degree angle, but don't put them past 45-degree angle because that would be bad form and you can risk injury doing that. And of course, if you can't do elevated pike push-ups, you can do them on the floor. Same exact form, really. Stand on your tippy toes, lean all the weight into your palms, boom, lower to the floor, then press back up and squeeze. And that's gonna be how you're gonna do regular pike push-ups. Again, don't flare your elbows out like this. Have them at least at a 45-degree angle going in this way. So the next exercise is obviously pull-ups. As you can see, I'm performing them right now. And basically with these pull-ups is you want to make sure you're pulling through your elbows here. Focus on pulling through your elbows and really contracting those lats. So you want to point the chest towards your bar and actually try to pull the bar like through your chest and imagine you're snapping the bar in half, which will fully engage your lats, or at least engage them a lot more than if you were not to do this. Boom, touch your chest to the bar, slowly lower down. And these are how you're gonna perform these pull-ups. Again, same principles apply. You wanna flex on your way up and slowly lower throughout the eccentric. That way you're getting the maximum amount of muscle growth you can out of this exercise. And if you're somebody who's new to pull-ups or you can't do the pull-ups, you can actually purchase something called a resistance band. Wrap it around the bar like so, and put your foot through this resistance band here. Make sure it's secure on your foot, that way it doesn't snap up and you get hit in the face or something, as you can see with fails online. And then you want to actually use this resistance band as assistance to do your pull-ups, which makes it a lot easier. If you don't have a resistance band, it's completely fine. You can actually do something called pull-up negatives, which are basically just gonna jump up to the bar and fight your way down, fight gravity on the way down. So you're gonna jump up to the bar like this, then you're gonna fight your way down as slow as possible, reset, jump back up, and fight your way down. That way you can build the strength required to be able to do the full pull-up. Now, if you want to know a rep range, I would recommend like 5 to 8 reps for strength on the negative pull-ups. That way you can build up the strength to do the full pull-up. Rep ranges as far as hypertrophy goes for the full pull-up and any other exercise on this list, I would recommend doing at least 10, because 10 is somewhere in between strength and hypertrophy. You obviously don't want to do too low reps to where you're going to be building mostly strength. And you also don't want to go very, very high in rep to where you're going to be building more endurance and fatigue might be a problem. So you can build muscle with any rep range as long as you push close to failure. But in general, you want to keep that range in a reasonable area, like 10 to 15 reps or like 8 to 15 reps. That's going to be optimal for hypertrophy because again, it's like a spectrum. So if you're doing like hundreds of reps and you're still hitting failure, yes, you will see a little bit of muscle growth from that, but mostly you'll be able to do more reps because you're training for endurance more than hypertrophy. Same thing applies to strength. If you're doing 1 to 5 reps, yes, you can see muscle growth from that. However, you'll see a lot more strength gain from that as opposed to muscle growth. So just keep that in mind with each of these exercises. So the very next exercise on this list is actually not a calisthenics exercise. It is a weightlifting exercise called barbell back squats, obviously. But I wanted to include this exercise because I find it difficult to actually get enough intensity in the body weight variations of leg exercises. You absolutely can through things such as pistol squats, sissy squats, Nordic curls, stuff like that. But for me, in my personal opinion, I've got a squat rack here. Why not use it, right? It's way easier, it's way more convenient. So basically in the barbell back squat, what you want to focus on first is not bending through your knees first. You want to bend at the hips here, like you're about to sit down. Keep your chest pointed up and look at a neutral level field here, right? So you want to actually, boom, squat down, act like you're going to sit down, bend at the hips first, then bend at the knees. Your knees can go a little bit past your toes. It's not too dangerous to do that, but not by much. So you want to keep your knees in a decent position here, press back up, and that's going to be your squat. Now again, if you're focusing on hypertrophy, you want to slowly lower and then squeeze on your way up. Now I would recommend not hyperextending your knees, not fully locking them out, simply because that can limit blood flow to your legs and that can cause you to pass out. So that would not be good if that happened to you. So make sure you have just a little bit of a bend in your knees and you flex the quads. That way you can get the maximum amount of contraction from this exercise. And as far as progression goes, it's really adjustable based off to what level you're at. Simply add or take away weight depending on what level you're at. So if you're a beginner, you obviously want to put less weight on the bar than if you were more intermediate to advanced. All right, so there you have it. Those are my top exercises that got me 90% of my results throughout my fitness journey. Check out my coaching program, link in description down below. I'm helping men build muscle and stay lean at the same time using calisthenics exercises as well as hybrid exercises. So these workout programs are going to be adaptable to your level and what equipment you have available to you. I will give you nutrition guidance, what to eat to actually build muscle, lose fat, and stay lean. So if that's you and you want to stay lean while building muscle, go ahead and check out my coaching program, link in description down below. You can join for as little as $25 a week.